There's a very challenging question posed in the context of this week's Parsha, which is one of the 10 commandments is not to covet that which belongs to another person. Lo sachmod. How can I control what my emotions are? Tell me not to act on my emotions. That, of course, is a different story. But how can I be on top of whether or not I'm jealous of what someone else has? Many different answers to this question, but I'd like to share with you a famous mashal from the Ibn Ezra. Surely many of you know it, but it's a good thing to review every now and then. The Ibn Ezra says, imagine the following situation. You have a noble who has a son of meritable age, and he receives word that the king is exploring marriage options for his daughter, the princess, and the understanding is that whoever will marry the princess will become the prince, and ultimately, over time, will become the next king. The noble sits and thinks how wonderful it would be if his son, who's the right age, could marry the princess. Scenario number one. Scenario number two. In the same kingdom, there's a farmer. And the farmer has a son of meritable age. And he hears people talking, and he hears that the king is looking to marry the princess off to a young fellow. And the farmer pauses for a moment and thinks to himself how different his life and the life of his son would become if indeed his son would marry the princess. Okay. Fast forward a month, and word floats around that indeed there's been an appropriate suitor found for the princess, and it's not the son of the noble, and it's not the son of the farmer. Asks the Ibn Ezra, both individuals were hoping their son would marry the princess. Will their reactions to the news that a third young man was the one to marry the princess, will the reactions be the same? The noble will be crushed. The farmer will shrug his shoulders and say to himself, wow, it would have been nice. What's the difference? The difference is that the noble is in the social circle that it is absolutely conceivable that someone from that social circle, or anyone in that social circle, would have a child who would marry the princess. For the farmer, it's totally a pipe dream. Okay, says the Ibn Ezra, the reason why the Torah gives us a commandment to not be jealous is because when I see someone have something that I don't have, I could have two attitudes. My attitude could be, that's coming to me. I'm like the noble. My son could marry the princess. Another noble's son could marry the princess. That's coming to me. And it pains me so much that you have that thing that I don't have. One way I could react to it. The other way I could react to it is, wow, I'd really love to have that thing, but I believe there's a God in this world. So, as long as I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing and trying to succeed in all the ways I'm trying to succeed, if I'm supposed to have that thing, I will get that thing. And if I'm not supposed to have that thing, I won't get that thing. And if it happens that I'm doing everything I should be doing and trying as hard as I can in general life success, and yet I never get that item, it must be I'm not supposed to have it. Because God runs the world, and I only get things that I'm supposed to have. So it would be nice to have this, that, or the other, but if I haven't gotten it, either I'm going to get it soon, so why worry? Or I'm not supposed to get it, so why worry? I'm like the farmer. And I'm like the farmer. I can, in my own mental approach, make myself like the farmer, even if I am a noble, even if we are in the same financial, generally speaking, class, even if we do have the same abilities and interests. The goal in life is to view what I have versus what I don't have like a farmer would view something belonging to the noble. Our lack of being jealous is an expression of our faith in God. Have a wonderful Shabbos.